Welcome.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. We're
Welcome to
so excited. This is the third try for this episode.
we can do this. Third time's lucky, right?
We I gave up. I was almost like, is there like Jessica and I were both saying, is this a sign? Like, is there a reason why it's not working today?
Yeah.
So we normally don't do our episode the day of releasing.
Especially like late.
Yeah, that's not normal, but it
No.
just happens to be how it worked.
It's
So
just, you know
we're just
what?
happy anyway.
We're human. That's it.
Yeah,
And we have
yeah,
lives, but we love
yeah.
this podcast and it is our baby.
Oh,
And
that's the
believe
thing.
us, it's heartbreaking when it's like, but we have episodes that we have to get out. It's like,
That's
fuck's
exactly.
sakes.
Yeah, and like thankfully we still enjoy what we're doing. Like we still like look forward to it. It's again the reason why we created it was for our time to be together. So it's so frustrating when it doesn't work out the way it should. You're like,
Right.
why not? So
I know. I did have to laugh though, because like, of course, when I did my solo episode, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. And I was like, what was mine? Mine might have been like 45 minutes.
yeah,
I think I talked a long fucking time by
which
myself.
is
I'm just like,
great.
la ta
No,
ta
yours,
ta.
but you did it though. And I tried to do a solo episode, which jokes on me, didn't record anyway.
Didn't
And I only
record.
made it 15 minutes.
Exactly. I was like, well, I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know if that sums up our dynamic during our
maybe.
episodes. I
Yeah,
talk a lot and you don't talk enough. Maybe I
I
gotta
guess
quit.
not.
Should I
We
like,
should do a poll. We should do a poll.
does Jessica
Who do
talk
you
too
find
much?
talks the most out of the podcast, and who do you want to hear more of, or
Let's
whatever?
fucking do that. Absolutely, we
Yeah,
can.
I don't care.
Yes,
Let's go.
let's do it.
Sweet. Okay. Well, we're jumping in because just in case Zoom decides to take us down again,
Mhm.
we're
Yep.
gonna jump right in. We have important fun stuff to go through. So this is the holiday episode part 2,
Mhm.
gifting to your loved ones. So
Yes.
Jessica was able to go through lots of amazing things that she did last week, and I have been creating a list of wonderful things that I have given to people in the past and stuff that I want to create for
Yeah.
future
Yeah.
holidays.
Hmm.
So I'm jumping right in. So
Do it.
one thing that Jessica and I did last year for all of our loved ones was create abundance jars. So if you
Abundance
are on our
jars.
YouTube or TikTok, and we have our little abundance jars that we created last year that are super fun. What I was thinking of doing is we might create our own little tutorials of how to create our
Let's
abundance. It
do
does take a
it.
little bit of time to go through all the ingredients, and we I don't know if you remember this, Jess, but Jessica was the one who found that kind of started the abundance jar journey. And lucky enough, it was on TikTok, but it was actually in Saskatoon at one of our favorite crystal shops.
Oh, wait a second. No, because it was a TikTok, yes. But all
Yeah.
of the gals in this had gotten all of their ingredients at the store in Saskatoon. So it wasn't
Yeah.
like they
That's what I
didn't
said.
sponsor it, but
No,
they had
no,
nothing
no,
to do
no.
with it. Okay. I
Yeah.
thought you were like, it's from their shop. Like,
Did I
no,
not
like
say
they
that
didn't do
right?
it.
I don't even
I
know
don't
what I
know.
said.
Anyways,
I don't even know.
random people on TikTok went to one of, we hadn't been to that store yet.
No, we hadn't. That was our first time going there
Is
after the
that
fact.
right? Because I was pregnant with Maria.
Yeah.
Remember? Because that
Yeah.
was like, yeah, it was like I went in the first time. I don't know, third. I don't know. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
We went there a lot while you were pregnant.
A lot of times. A lot of times. And then Maria had been in there so many times. Probably more
Yeah.
times than a lot of other people have been in there. But
And it's
yeah.
funny because isn't one of the store owners, her name is also Maria.
Her name is also Maria or Marie, but I think
Yeah.
I think it's Maria, but they call her Marie.
Oh, sorry. I think it is Marie. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and like so this store is called Nocturnus in Saskatoon, and it's a pair of siblings. Pair of
Mhm.
siblings?
Mhm.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
own it and have just like created this amazing store together.
Mhm.
And they just know their stuff. They have been
Mhm.
doing this for a long time. They know everything about like plants and herbs and all of their stuff.
Mhm.
For their teas and everything is locally sourced all over Saskatchewan that they go and pick themselves. So that's pretty cool. A little shout
Yeah.
out for them.
Yeah.
So we went in there to investigate and ask them, like, okay, so we see the spell jar thing. People came into your store to get ingredients. Can you tell us like a little bit more about it? And we are so happy we did it that way and didn't just like decide to go off that one video alone, because
Mhm.
she was able to guide us of like what are do's and don'ts, like what you should include, what you don't need to include, what doesn't work, but what's like people think works. So
Mhm.
that was super exciting. They have like this very exclusive anointment oils.
Mhm.
So they only make certain ones every couple months, I think.
Yeah.
And then when they're gone, they're gone. They may
When they're
never
gone,
make
they're
them
gone.
again. They may make them every couple months, but that's it.
Yeah.
So that's where Jessica and I were able to pick up our anointment oil. It's like a money one. It's the
I've got a
abundance one.
I've got a bunch of them, but yeah, you're right. Like he does them in batches. So like he'll
Hmm.
do one vial per, time he does it. So then it's
Yeah.
like, but it could be months until the next time comes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. And for whatever reason that he does that, but it's crazy because they sell out every single time.
Hmm.
Doesn't matter what kind it is or what anointment oil it's called, they are always gone. They give you a
Hmm.
short window to be like, if you want them, come get them, and
Yeah.
they are gone.
And in the photo that we posted a couple weeks ago of our altars, like you
Hmm.
can see the collection of my Nocturnus stuff. And I'm like, oh yeah,
Yes.
all Nocturnus. Yeah.
Yeah, because we have Nocturnus and then we also have
Heck,
oh what
Hecates.
yes, hecates.
Magical
Yes, because there's a
marketplace. Yeah.
bunch from there too. Those are so cool. If you can get your hands on some anointment oils, those are so cool.
Hmm.
They just make your spells or your like spell jars or whatever you're creating that much more powerful because it has been
Hmm.
curated by someone who is even that like just that much more
Yeah,
connected.
exactly. Yeah, super cool. But yeah, we should definitely do like a what do they call it? A reel or something like that.
Hmm. Hmm.
That'd be great because I've got it all. We've
Yeah.
written out all witchy. We What was so great
Yeah.
about that, and like, people who are getting influenced by this like choice of yours, not to like totally butt in. This is your episode, and I'm just kind of here to like,
Jessica, no, this is
okay,
fine. It's
okay,
just so much easier
but
with you
oh,
here.
totally. I know we can banter. I miss it.
Mhm.
But we wrote it out, and like, yeah, when we were able
Mhm.
to sit down and be like, okay, I think we should do this next, or like, actually before we
Yeah.
even started, we're like, we're gonna do, the cleansing, we're gonna do kind of like a prayer, we're gonna do, but it
Mhm.
was so great because we're like, what do we want this spell to do? Okay, so then between the two of us, we were able
Yes.
to like write, our spell or chant out, and it was so great. I really
Well,
enjoyed
and that's the
that.
thing is we literally created it from just us.
That's
We
it.
literally
Yeah.
had our mixture in like different bowls and like we spent time putting
Yeah.
our own
Sorry.
intention into that mixture.
I'm
Are you okay?
moving my thing around. My leg's
Okay.
asleep, so I just have to like
Oh,
extend it. I'm like, don't
like
mind
help
me.
me.
If you couldn't tell, I'm in a new recording location.
Yeah, I don't even know which room you're in right now.
I'm upstairs. My brother-in-law and his wife are away, so I'm like, I am taking this room because
Ah.
Ryan, who you heard in my episode, screaming, playing Call of Duty, had come out that night. Anyways, so he's in that room right
Very
now.
exciting. And
Mhm.
that's okay. That's
I
okay.
but I've picked out a corner. Anyways, that is for another episode, not this one.
Yeah.
You'll see
But
it
it's
when it's
sweet.
there. Anyways, go
But yeah,
on.
we will create a reel or like a small YouTube or whatever the case is
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
not only want to show you that abundance spell jar, but I found actually other ones that I'd like to try. One of them
Oh,
is the
great.
altar elements. So it's literally creating spell jars for air, earth, wind, and
Water and
fire. Is
fire.
that right?
Yeah.
Water, fire. Sorry, water,
Yeah.
fire.
That's okay.
And so like those are ones we can create. We
We
can
were
create ones for inner peace or
Yes.
motivation.
We were talking
We also
about
can
that for my
yeah.
altar. Remember, I was like, I want the elements. Anyways, go on. Yes, go.
Yes, well, I
Fire.
found it. I found it.
Amazing.
So
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can
yeah,
create
yeah.
them. Yeah, you can do like a stress and anxiety relief spell
Mm.
jar. So those we're definitely gonna like test and work with
Hmm.
them. And if they don't work, they don't work. But we would
Yeah,
rather I take the risk. And then if it doesn't work, then no harm, no foul.
exactly.
But some other cool things that I found, and like I honestly get the most inspired from Pinterest and Google because there is a lot, like there's a reason why it's there, and you can just
Hmm.
tinker around with it. You don't have to
Yeah.
use their exact thing, but at least it gives you that idea to be like, well, what would I want
Hmm.
to put in there? So
Yeah.
um other ideas that I found on there would be creating a energy clearing salt scrub.
Oh.
So with dry brushing, spiritual bathing, all that fun stuff. The whole point of it is just to kind of like get off what no longer serves you, opening your body and your mind up to what's supposed to be coming your way. And with that energy clearing salt scrub, that is just not only is it helping your skin feel nice and soft and amazing, it's getting rid of all that dead skin cells. And then, of course, it is used metaphysically. So
Hmm.
something fun. And another
That's
one that I haven't
neat.
looked into too much is dream bags. I think that would be super fun. I feel like that would help with like nightmares, or like maybe bringing in really positive dreams, or maybe it's helping
Yeah.
connect with your spirit guide. But I'm gonna dive into that a little bit more because that's really exciting to me.
Yeah, and that would be a really nice kind of gift for littles as well.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean for
Yeah.
young people who are like, because I'm sure it
Hmm.
probably smells of lavender and is like either
Oh,
not plushy,
probably.
but do you know what I mean? Like something that's like
Like cute.
cutesy.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Like that's kind of what goes into like what type of metaphysical gifts would I give to someone at Christmas
Hmm.
or birthdays or other holidays, is
Yeah.
one of them specifically is their own crystal bag. So I know
Yeah.
you had talked about
Hmm.
crystals and specific ones on your episode.
Hmm.
What I've done for
Expand. Yeah.
littles, yeah. So what I've done is for my friends' little people, I put together a little crystal bag that had one to help with nightmares, one to help with being brave at school, or just getting their confidence back, like having energy, or like just bringing in good luck, like all that kind of wonderful stuff to bring in there. And then, yeah, they got to, it was just a couple stones that they could choose. Sometimes it was like their favorite colors. And
Hmm.
then they got to decide like if they'd like to hold the bag before they go to sleep at night, if they'd like to sleep with it underneath their pillow or on their nightstand. And yeah, something that still was very specific to them, which is exciting. And
Yeah.
there's a couple shops around Saskatoon that create these cute little crystal bags that
Hmm.
have already they have meanings like your
Hmm.
new home blessing, or
Hmm.
a new relationship, a new baby. Like there's so many cool things that you can already get
Yeah.
pre-done, or you can create your own.
Yes. Yeah. I love that.
So that was one idea. Or sorry, I guess two ideas. The spell jars were one, and then the crystals were the other.
Yeah.
One thing that I love doing, it doesn't even have to be for a special occasion, is I love gifting card decks. I like gifting them or bringing somebody into a crystal shop and helping them decide on which one connects to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Because
like, I've
they,
done that with you. I've done that
yeah.
with our
And
cousins, and
I would love to gift if like, and it's such a good omen to
yeah,
receive,
yeah,
right? The other thing
yeah.
is they're costly, but I mean we know a place.
But also, yes, but also you waste so much more money on other dumb shit that will never get used.
What do you mean? Oh yeah, I know. Oh
Depends on the
yeah.
card deck. The card deck typically isn't more than like
I'm
at the
like, what are
very
you
most
talking about?
$50
But that's like a
Canadian.
lot for some people. I'm thinking
It
of that
is,
specific
but that could
website
be
that we
a
shop at.
gift. Oh
Like we have
yeah,
a website, people. If you
we have a
want,
website.
we
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 do.
don't, but we have a hookup. Anyways,
Yes.
and
We really like that website when it
we
has its
don't,
deals.
yeah, when it has its deals. We shop, and actually I was talking with one of like the local shop owners like recently enough.
Mhm.
I'm like, I
Yeah.
have probably spent lots of money at their shop.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like it is.
And
So
when we
we
continue
definitely
to
support
support them.
local. We definitely support local, but when you're buying bulk, like
Yeah.
it is nice to get a discount anyways. So
Yeah.
hit us up
That's
if you want
how
that information. And we will keep, maybe we should have like how people have like a phone tree or like an email tree. So like when we get like the alert, like
Mm.
it's a sale, then we'll be like, guys, it's a
Yeah.
sale.
Guess what? Well, that's
Go,
how I
go, go.
was able to keep like to collect probably at least my first 7 decks,
Hmm.
at least,
Yeah.
because of a sale that was just like 60% off. Here's card decks at like $12. I'm like, yeah,
Hmm. Yeah,
okay.
it is. Exactly. I know. I tell you
But
that
one thing I did find,
no, go
no,
ahead.
go ahead, Jess. Go
I was
ahead.
just gonna say
No, go ahead.
I was like filling up my little cart on that specific website. I'm not gonna name them because like
Um,
I want people to talk to us
they don't
first.
sponsor us yet. Just
They don't
kidding.
sponsor us yet. Um, it's okay. Ryan's just coming up the stairs. Um, yeah, I filled up my cart. I was like, yeah, and I like was getting ready, and I'm like, oh my god, the shipping is insane. So I was like, I can't do that. So one moment, I'm just gonna
Uh,
mute for a hot minute because Ryan needs to chat with me. So 1 second.
that's okay. Yes. So this website is pretty awesome. I do find that I will find a lot of different card decks to either gift or I haven't gotten. But I do find am very, very picky now, and I typically are only drawn to certain decks that stores in Saskatoon actually carry. So it's a lot easier for me to go and support those stores, and then once in a while hit up our website place to get my big stock in.
Agreed.
Mhm.
Sorry. Sorry.
So no, don't be sorry, Jeff. Don't be
Ryan
sorry.
needed to consult on if he could take any more medicine because,
Oh,
because he's
because
all
sicknesses
everybody
hit
is
your
sick.
house.
Everybody is so sick. Or like
Yeah.
Colin was, and then MJ, and then me and Gary, who's my father-in-law, and like Ryan, like basically when I went to London for 2 days, he was like falling ill and like I was
Oh
gone. And
no.
so he had to be
Yeah.
there alone. He did amazing. He's a fantastic dad and he just thrived. Basically, I could have stayed for a week, is what he told me. It's like, okay, I'll let you know.
Wow.
So I guess I
You're
can just
like,
like
don't
peace
need
the
a
fuck
bit
out.
time.
Exactly. I'm like, wow. No, I told his
You're like,
sister, like his sister who had a baby earlier this year, I was like, girl, let's go. But then
yeah.
she's not ready to leave her little dude. I was like, that's fine. Bring Theo. It's fine. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But that would still be okay too, even just like bring a little baby and
Oh,
that's fine.
totally.
Thanks.
Exactly. Yeah. We get to
Yeah.
escape tomorrow too, actually, me
So,
and her with Theo and Maria. But anywho,
oh,
back to biz.
yay. Oh,
Tell me
good.
your thing.
Good. Yes. Okay. So I've got two other really awesome ideas. So another one, like thinking of like your local witchy shop. Typically, you can get them like a gift card to that place,
Hmm.
which can be for a deck or it could be for
Hmm.
crystals. Most places really don't have super expensive items, so that's what makes it a lot easier to gift.
Hmm.
So like if you just wanted to gift somebody some like a bundle of sage or a Palo Santo, like you're really not going to be breaking more than like $5 to
You,
$10
I was gonna
typically.
say, you can go with $10 to some of these shops, actually most of these shops,
Mhm.
and buy
Oh,
like
easily, yeah.
a
Quite a
a
bit.
good bit of stuff. And and everything you pick out is so specific, whether you mean it to or
Yeah.
not. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh
Well,
no,
and that's
like
it. You've
it
put
drew your
intention into
eye.
picking it out for whatever reason.
Yeah, between like
Yeah.
yeah, you said the sage, the Palo Santo,
Yeah.
the incense.
Hmm.
There's jewelry in these places. There's
Exactly.
beautiful gemstones. There's I
That's
Ching,
awesome.
which is for another episode.
Exactly.
I Ching. It's a pet, or
Yes.
no, is it? I think it was 5 cents for a
Is that
little
what it
tiny I
is?
Ching. It was
Oh, yeah.
and you won't usually put them in five, so what you're spending a quarter.
Hmm. Yeah,
Anyway.
it's amazing. But yeah, so one thing from the witchy shops that I
Yeah.
have gifted a lot of people is not every store will carry this brand. It's a brand local to Saskatchewan who we're hoping to have on the podcast as a guest one day.
Mhm.
Her name is Ashley and her brand is Made by a Real Witch.
Yes.
She is so cool. She makes these really amazing candles for all different things. So there are
Mhm.
ones that it's like cutting cord candle. There's an energy one. There's a losing weight one. There's happiness, grief, nightmare relief. Like there's so like
Mhm.
a huge list, and I've a lot to people because they are just so cool. Like the attention's already done, and I know that they've been created by this beautiful person.
Mhm.
So not right.
And they've got the candles to gift, and I know like she's doing courses now too for
Yeah.
I want to say ghostwriting, I think is what it's called.
I think so. I have to look
Yes.
a little bit more into
I'll have
that.
to double check, but
But
she's
yeah,
doing
she is doing more now.
like,
Tea
and
leaf
there's
reading
tea leaf
specifically, but
readings
yeah.
exactly, like, so I mean there's classes available through her as well. So I'm
Hmm.
sure if you were like,
So
hey,
cool.
can I get a gift card for this, like, absolutely.
Oh yes, and I have gotten a gift card from her
Yeah,
before for a
yeah,
friend. So I'm like, oh yeah,
yeah,
she's a wonderful.
yeah.
So yeah, keep that in mind. And then the last one going off of like classes and stuff like that is getting a gift card for someone for a reading somebody.
Hmm.
So like I'll use Bev, for example, Bev who's here in Saskatoon, getting
Empath
a
sisters.
reading. Yes, sorry, Empath
That's okay.
Sisters, Bev Lazar, Shelly Greenlaw. Yeah, getting a gift card for them. They are so incredibly gifted and intuitive. You could
Hmm.
have like a reading, you could have Reiki, you could have chakra balancing, and that's
Hmm.
just like one person. There's so many people that do like past life regressions and hypnotherapy and all these different wonderful things that if you were wanting to spend a little bit more on that one person for the holidays,
Hmm.
that is something a fun go to.
Yeah, honestly,
So,
we've had like absolutely. I definitely can vouch for Bev and Shelly. The
mhm.
readings are absolutely spot on. And like I think about their my reading with like I had one with them like a month or two ago. I can't remember when it was,
Wicked.
middle of
Yeah.
September. And I still think about it
Hmm.
now. It's like, okay, like da da da,
Hmm.
it's okay. It's things are still
I
coming to
love that.
fruition. But of other guests that we've had on the podcast as well, that kind of offer that kind of stuff here. Emily, who we had on, fairly recently,
Yeah. Emily
um,
Dexter.
Emily Dexter, exactly, or Liker of Words.
Right.
It's Black Friday, it was yesterday, right? So
Oh,
like all
yes.
of these
Right.
sales are out now. We're gonna post this fucking episode like ASAP so that people can
Yeah.
jump on this.
You're
But
just going to
yeah,
get it unedited.
there's what I would never edit it anyways.
It's
But
perfect.
we will, there's sales out right now too. And,
Mm-hmm.
there's so many wonderful people out there. And um
Totally.
we're supporting, who that, I don't want to, it always comes down to money because it is money, right?
Yeah,
But,
it's
when
true.
you're supporting like a local person,
Yeah,
it where that money is going to,
that's right.
it is
Their
not like,
kids or their livelihood
exactly. And,
or
like,
back in their business so they can
yeah.
continue working.
And like, I am totally going to say that, like, I use Amazon all the freaking time. And I know
Yeah,
that,
me
I'm
too.
not, I'm guilty about it, but it's like, when but like when it comes to like gifts for people that have like shown a lot of importance to me,
Hmm.
it's just like an extra little like bit of coating on it.
Hmm.
That's why I like to make a lot
Totally.
of my stuff because it's like, oh,
Yeah.
but it
Well,
came
that's
from a
it.
heart. So,
Well,
anyways,
that's it. And
no
that's the
pressure
thing.
though.
That's what I kind of left to the end is one thing that I always do that really doesn't cost a whole lot for every Christmas specifically is I do Christmas baking.
Hmm.
So I can hear other types of which part of me for sure it's a kitchen witch when it comes to baking. I put lots of really good intention into that. So whether I'm making eggnog cookies or butter tart, whatever the case is, everyone knows that they're going to be getting those treats every year. And then they have like that little piece, love. I get this. It's
Exactly.
exciting.
Yes.
So
So good.
yeah,
You should like
right.
put out some recipes and send some to
Yeah.
me or virtually. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm like, oh, you know.
If they would make it through post though, I would just
Well,
send
no.
you
Oh God, no.
baking.
I think it would be
I
nice.
did that. I tried to do that once to our one cousin,
Yeah.
and they
Oh,
just came all crumbs.
that's right. We should do like a
It's
baking
so
night.
sad.
Me and
Yeah,
you. Can we do
yeah.
that? Let's do
Like on
it.
the episode or like alone.
Yeah, fuck it. We could do it and be like, oh, our eggnog cookies are just baking at the moment.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh, I
I
don't know.
like it. I'm in.
Let's do it.
I'm in.
'Tis the
Yeah, I'm
season.
in. I still
Family
have to make
time.
one more set of cookies anyway, so
Very
anytime.
good. I've made nothing.
Okay.
We've bought many
And that's
boxes of
okay.
chocolates and just eaten the chocolate for the
Mm,
Christmas chocolates, but that's it.
I
And
love
they're
it.
and our
That's
tree's
good.
up and all the things, but Mhm.
Yeah. See, that's
Yeah.
fine. It's fine.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah,
So I love
cards,
it and it's
right?
perfect. Yes. Let's pull. I'm going to pull from a deck that I haven't pulled on this podcast yet after
Oh,
all of this time. So it's a deck that I normally don't pull for a lot of people, actually. Like two people ask for this deck, but it's
really?
my Talking to Heaven one.
Okay.
So this one's a pretty sensitive deck. So it's not necessarily tarot and it's not necessarily oracle. It's very much like mediumship. It's taking what message you might need to hear from a loved one who was passed on. And yeah, if it resonates with you, that's amazing. If it doesn't, that's okay. If you
Mhm.
ever want a card for you in general from this deck, just shoot us a message. I have no issues with doing that. That's all good. So
Sorry, is that who's the
the
author? Radley?
I'm sorry, James Van Praagh. Is that how I
Okay.
say it?
Yeah, I think it was
Prague. So
Frog.
Prague. So my card that I pulled is you have nothing to feel guilty about. So it says, sweetheart, I see you torturing yourself with what if questions concerning my life, health, and passing. You wonder whether you could have intervened so that I'd still be in my physical body. I am standing next to you right now to soothe away these thoughts. It's so important for you to understand that you did nothing wrong and that my physical passing was divinely timed and you couldn't have changed anything. Please don't burden yourself with any guilt any longer. Guilt is a complete waste of your earthly time, which is meant to be used in service of love. Guilt doesn't undo anything. I have forgiven myself for everything that I think I did or didn't do, but in the end I learned that everything's already forgiven. I pray you also forgive yourself because you were so very loved and understood. So
Wow. Yeah.
that's a really
I
nice message. I hope
I hope
whoever
who needs it gets
needs to
it.
hear that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a heavy
Yeah,
card too. I
I
think,
know.
we could go into that,
There's
but you know what I mean? It's
yeah.
that's such a
Such
grief is yeah, grief is tough.
grief is not fucking easy.
No, and there's no way to route
So
through it, right? Or I shouldn't say there's no way
no, you got
around
to
it.
go
You do
through
have
it.
to go through it. Exactly. You
Yeah.
got to
Yeah.
grow through what you go through.
Oh, yes,
Ah,
exactly. Feel
yes.
it.
Feel it.
Feel it.
All the feels.
Feel the
Okay.
feelings.
Okay, do you have another card or just the one?
No, just the one. That's all that came out. So which one? Yes,
Kim
let's start. Let's see what you
Animal
got.
Spirit deck. I also have my big ass fucking book. Look at the size of this book.
Ooh,
This
that
is
is a
my,
giant book.
it's so thick, full of
I
animal
like it.
spirits. So
I love
there's
it.
like, you should do
You
another one
got
of those,
everybody in
like,
there.
everybody's in there. Everybody. Everybody.
Everybody, everybody dance now.
Down, 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 down. I've got the earthworm. Have we gotten the earthworm before?
I feel
There's, but there's one more in
yes. I
here.
feel like that's familiar.
Okay, hold on. There's just one more in here. So I gotta, it's just saying,
Let's do it. Let's just do it.
there's just one more in here that's like, no, girl, we got a buffalo as
We got
well.
more.
What a bizarre
Oh.
2 earth elements. I'm gonna hold them up because they're pretty funky.
Oh, I
I
like that.
really
Yeah.
love the buffalo. I mean, the earthworm's cool too, but very like symbiotic. Okay, I'm gonna go with the earthworm first. I've got
Cool.
all these things around me. I'll read them Kim's book first, and then I'll go into my big book. My big book of elements and people. Where like my vamping. It's just me like
Love it.
grunting and like trying to
It's
like
like so
hum.
much.
I
Trying to hum
betcha.
with your cold.
Exactly. Anyways, that was awful. I'm so sorry to do that. It's a lot. It's a lot happening over here. People who know me, there's tissues everywhere. Maybe not right now, but like again, I brought
around.
home. I brought so staying at total side, but before we get into the earthworm, when I was like from where I was staying in England, like I went through their tissue. I went through their tissue box.
Oh,
There wasn't
God,
that
yeah,
many, but there was like 5 in there. I was like, that's just not enough. And I ended up
those are
taking
mine.
a roll of toilet paper from the bathroom that wasn't used. So I was like, oh well, I'll just put it beside my bed, whatever. Yeah, I brought it home with me and I finished it today. That was 3 days ago. It's
Oh my God.
literally,
You are
anyways.
so funny.
Okay, my friends. Shy, reluctant, hesitant. Reluctant to share inner vision. An earthworm, we've all felt the woes of the earthworm at some point along the way. The earthworm indicates a newbie or novice working to establish confidence in a new field. Others around you may seem wise and experienced, but it's important to remember they once felt earthworm energy too. This card is a reminder not to be intimidated or lose hope. Mastery takes time, and you're on the right track. Besides, rumor has it a beginner's mind offers the most valuable insights. So when you're in balance, you're earnest, intelligent, and valuable. When you're out of balance, you're self-conscious or apprehensive. To bring it to balance, speak up, risk embarrassment. Fuck, risk embarrassment. We should always, daily, we should risk embarrassment as, I don't know, that's my life. I'm just like,
I just embrace the embarrassing because my
we
whole
have to
life is
lose.
embarrassing. I have the most ridiculous stuff happening to me all the time, and I just have a good laugh.
I love it.
You take your power away.
I guess that's part of it is like, you know what? I don't know. That's like a true form of self-love, I think, is when you can like love every bit of
I
you.
agree.
It's funny because I have no idea how this fucking book works. How do I find earthworm? Do you think earthworm is like under E or is it under? It's not under W.
You'll have that one.
Earthworm. I'm like, what? What letter does that start with?
What starts with an E?
I've got that. Everybody dance now.
No earthworm in my book. Maybe I'll have worm.
No, I don't. I don't have worm or I don't have duck, but that's fine. I do have buffalo, so. But y'all, speak
I don't
up.
have worm either.
Risk embarrassment.
Perfect.
If you're gonna learn anything from us sisters, it's like fucking just do it. Who are you?
Just
Who the
do
fuck
it.
cares? Who the fuck cares? How dare they care so much? And if that's their problem.
You've got no reward without risk, people.
There you go. Boom, Brittany. Drop that microphone.
I like it.
You're just like,
but don't because it's expensive.
But don't. The buffalo, grounded yet heavenly, practical yet spiritual. The hooves of the mighty buffalo are grounded in the earth, yet its heart and mind rise towards heaven. The buffalo sees challenge, hardship, or a bump in the road as an opportunity for upliftment. Therefore, the buffalo does not fear death, illness, or misfortune. Its gentle eyes look to the road ahead, trusting every turn. May we all experience the elusive yet life-changing bliss from time to time, and may we allow this card to remind us that this is life, that this life is a precious gift. So when we're in balance, we're trusting pure presence. When we're out of balance, we're restless or lacks gratitude. To bring into balance, prayer or bhakti. And I'm sure I saw buffalo in here. Back that song's in my head, Brittany. Oh, buffalo, bison. Okay, if a buffalo shows up, it means trust that you'll always have whatever you need. Focus on being appreciative and grateful for all you have. Clear out any surplus of goods and recycle those items. Have faith in natural abundance of life. Stop feeling sorry for yourself and instead be aware of the extraordinary number of resources you have available. Expand your interests by trying a new hobby, recreational activity, or a sport. I'm not going to read if it's a white buffalo because it was a brown buffalo.
Cool.
I mean, there's like, you know how this book is like filled with fucking
That's
shit.
good, though.
So like,
I like
there's
it.
like,
It's perfect.
yeah, it's perfect. I love it. Yeah.
Sweet.
So bottom
Oh,
line,
sweet.
you know, just like
Trust your gut and go for it.
exactly. Yeah.
Don't worry about being embarrassed.
No, and you have everything you need as well, right?
That's exactly
Like
it.
you're probably even though again, we're going into a time of greed and like, you know, we want for things, but like and of course there's things we want, but you know, the wants and the needs, maybe it's time to assess we don't need all that clutter and shit. And like filling those holes, if we have holes with things, is probably the wrong idea.
Yeah.
Right?
It's okay.
Bring in
It's
what
okay
you
to
need.
declutter. Exactly. And just focus on what is actually bringing you life.
Exactly. Fill your cup.
Yes. So where can they find us?
Well, they can find us on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram at Basic Banter for Witches. And then they can also email us at basicbanterforwitches@gmail.com. And that's FOR, not for like I don't know why I said it so funny. Basic Banter FOR witches at gmail.com. Anywho, yeah.
Love it.
I missed
thanks
you.
for sticking around. I missed you too.
Thanks for like
been great.
Yes. We finally
Thanks
did
for
it.
sticking out there for the third time. But we did it.
Yes,
we'll
seriously.
be back to regular scheduled programming next Saturday.
Thank fucking God for that. Exactly. Okay.
Damn it.
What
Yay.
happened?
Can enjoy your week, everybody. Please DM us if any of those cards or any of the messages we put out today resonated with you. We want to hear about it.
I actually, you know,
have an amazing week.
Yeah, I want to call out the one person that Brittany pulled that card for. Please reach out. We hope you're okay, and we're here to support you if you need us. Okay. Yeah. Anyways.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, we love
you all. We love you all.
And we will see you guys next time.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Toodaloo.